All right. All right. Good luck, dude. All right. Yeah. All right, we're off. Do you want me to like commentate while you play, or like? All right. My name is Jared, FantasyJared, and this is Windy Panda. I'll call him Windy for short. And this is Chrono. I'm just going to be talking, assuming that viewers don't know how to play the game, or it's like people who are new to the game, or maybe like relatively new. So this is a Chrono speedrun that Windy is attempting here. Chrono is a roguelike pseudo deck builder RPG developed by Hyungju Lee. It's Korean, and although it does have an English translation, so if you want to play it, it's on Steam. This is a very interesting game to run because it is there's a lot of RNG involved, but there's also a lot of skill involved, and there's not too many ways to get truly dicked over by RNG, assuming you're playing well. He is playing on normal mode. There are two different modes in Chrono, normal and expert. You can also choose between another two different modes. There is the standard difficulty setting, and there is an additional mode called Hope mode. Basically what Hope mode does is if you die, it resets you back to the area that you died in, and gives you some slightly higher stats on your next attempt. So it's a great way to get into the game if you are struggling with the roguelike mechanics. There's a very clean living armor there. No problem. The living armor is a pretty tricky fight sometimes, depending on your composition. You start the game with two characters, and after the first boss, you'll get a third recruit. The living armor has a shield that it puts up at the beginning of every single turn, and if you have a bunch of high mana cost cards, it can be very, very hard to deal with that. Oh wow, Bionic Field, that's very nice. Yeah. As you can see, whenever you level up a character, you get access to two different skills. They are randomly selected out of a pool of about, let's say 10 or 12 skills. You can also get golden skill books at certain points in the run, and they will give the characters very powerful, rare effects. Every character has a different passive ability. So for example, the character on the far left, his name is Hein, or Hein, however you prefer to pronounce it. His ability is Madness, which means that every time he kills an enemy, he has a guaranteed chance to follow up with that attack on another enemy. Yeah. Great crowd control. Great character for a speedrun, I'd think. The problem is he has low accuracy, and he can be a little tricky to use, because you have to line up your targets carefully to take the most advantage of his ability. But he's a very, very strong pick. Another thing that's important to specify, this game is still in early access. This is 1.63b. So the game will still be changing quite a lot through future updates. For example, the next update is going to have a pretty radical shift in the gameplay. Scrolls and potions will be automatically identified. And that's just one of many changes that's going to happen. There's going to be like more objects to interact with and stuff as well. This game operates on, if you've ever played most roguelikes, you know, Slay the Spire and stuff, there's an energy system referred to as mana in this game. It's pretty simple. Every single turn you have a different number of skills and they cost a certain amount of mana. Some skills have what is called swiftness. That is if you see the little blue diamond on a skill, that means the skill has swiftness. That basically just means that the skill will be cast instantly, which intercepts enemy action counters, which is what dictates enemy turns. It also completely ignores a major mechanic in Chrono Arc known as overload. So you'll notice every time Wendy uses a skill, the next mana cost of that skill will cost more mana. That is overload. It's pretty much there to prevent you from spamming powerful skills with the character, and it's reset every single turn. Anyway, now that you guys have a decent enough explanation of the gameplay, this is the witch, which he's handling very well right now. She summons a curse in your hand every single turn, and you have to cast it on one of your allies, or else it will be cast on all of your allies at the end of the turn. It's a pretty, as you can see, it's a pretty rough fight. This is where a lot of newcomers start struggling. Very, very difficult. Managing the curses is pretty tough. That was a pretty quick kill. And that is the first area, the Misty Garden. I'll take this time to explain a little bit about how health bars work in this game, because it is actually a little different. You'll notice when a character gets hit, they have a giant green part of their health bar. That is referred to as the healing gauge. Whenever a character gets hit, you'll see that green part of the health bar, and if they get hit again, they'll lose their healing gauge. If an ally drops below 1 HP, they enter a state known as Death's Door. And that makes it so that the next time that character is attacked or hit by anything, even a debuff that does damage, like bleeding or a curse, that character will die. And they can only be revived either from the campfire or from the item at the top left of Wendy's inventory. That is the Lucy's necklace. This is the second major area of the game. This is the Bloody Park. Quite a big difficulty spike, if I do say so myself. You'll have to deal with a lot of really annoying enemies, like these hedgehogs with very high armor. There's also some horses that get 2 actions per turn. Fairly nasty. Even if you are very familiar with this game, it's always difficult dealing with these damn hedgehogs. Especially the horses. Or Leon. Close this for now. Just gonna check something really quick. Scroll up. There we go. The pumpkin heads are annoying. You'll almost never kill them immediately. Yeah, sorry. Mm-hmm. That's odd. It looks like you forgot to split after Misty Garden, by the way. Just yeah, no problem. So you go for a lot of like early mana, which is quite good. Have you I don't know if I don't want to bother you since you're playing, of course, but if you could talk a little bit about your route, maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, interesting. A double team doesn't affect fixed skills. I want to say you cleared Misty Garden in about maybe 6 minutes? That's what it felt like. Oh yeah, the curse. That's unfortunate. Yeah. Use the restroom real quick. Oh, you already killed Parade Tank, nice. Alright, Bloody Park 2. Yeah. Yeah. 2 engine burners, not bad. And real engine reload, that's pretty cool actually. Alright, let me think here. Also, are you recording through OBS or are you streaming on Twitch? Okay. Yeah, I was wondering for a little while because it says you're offline on Twitch, so. Yeah, no problem. So I take it you've been practicing this for a little while? Mm-hmm. I'm not getting any volume from the game. That's weird. Oh, no problem. You can wait till after your speedrun's over, because I don't want to interfere with your time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. wow, the crit, that was actually pretty lucky. First drop. Oh, that's pretty good for Chinese. Sunglasses. That's not bad. Yeah, there we go. Speedrunning this game does look like a lot of fun. Yeah, I've played the game a lot, but I have thought about speedrunning it before, but I'm not usually a speedrunner. However, I'm kind of changing my mind now just watching this. Alright, Ruby and Sapphire. Hard ass. I'll start the OST. Plug this really quick. There we go. Low. I might knock out hand, yeah. Yeah. DO2 is probably really good in this fight, since you can damage both of them. And Illusion Strikes are strong now. Alright, let's see here. I'll leave this here for now. GG. Turn 5. That's not that bad. I think it... Yeah. I think it would be useful to figure out, like, when exactly to press the time split. I was thinking maybe, like, the second you beat the boss, or maybe, like, after you pass the gate or something. I'm not really sure. I'll, there is a run on YouTube of Chrono work, much older version, but I could maybe try using that as a reference. There's one really good dude called the Killer 16. He did quite a few speedruns. He beat the game in the 1.3 beta in about, yeah. Oh man, there's a lot more bosses in the game now. Yeah, no Ferris Leader, no Dorchi, no Bomber Clown. Oh yeah. White Grave. I really like the buff the dev gave to Biotic Field, like how it always starts at the top of your hand. That's genuinely really nice. Mm-hmm. I was thinking for a speedrun, I see a lot of people running Heian, but I was also thinking maybe Silverstein could work, since he has like really good boss damage. It's purely based on conjecture, not any sort of testing, but from my experience playing the game, I think that like for attacker, like Heian, Silverstein, twins would be interesting. Helia Selena might work like really well in the late game, but you would have to put up with a pretty hard early game. Trisha might even be able to work. I don't know if Ajar or Johan would be the best picks for speedrunning though. They don't tend to have super high concentrated damage in the same way that, yeah, the others do. It's amazing how much time you can save just by, like, turning Chrono Arc into a speedrunning game. Like, I've always seen it as, like, a 2-hour game. Like, if you do a standard run, I mean, obviously there's a lot of content, like, a lot of cool stuff to do. But for a standard run, I'd say, like, 2 hours, maybe 3 hours if you're less familiar with the game. Or maybe even, like, 4 or 5 if you're brand new. So, dropping the time down to like sub-hour is pretty damn impressive. Hmm. Yeah. Check out. It does seem like Hay and Joey is the classic comp for speedrunning, which I find pretty interesting. I think if I were to start speedrunning the game, I'd probably just, probably like a good start would just be like play how you normally do, just try to pick up the pace a lot, and then like try to figure out like strats from there, like how speedrunning would be different. Since I'm kind of a masochist, I'd probably start on expert. And this is really impressive. I can imagine it's a pretty satisfying game to speedrun, because like Chrono Arc's a pretty fast RPG, and I don't just mean that in the runtime either. Like you can do a lot in a pretty short period of time. Crit. Yeah, that would. So how much of the run do you think is like RNG? Yeah. Get like the equipment you get is mostly the probably the most RNG thing about the run is just since it's a roguelike after all, you don't really know what you're going to be getting. Also, you might get unlucky with, like, targeting. Generally, though, there's... I've always seen Chrono Arc as a very skill-based RPG. Like, RNG rarely is the deciding factor in a run. I am curious if there's... Oh, sorry. Mm-hmm. No problem. I was wondering if there's any reason why you stacking so many skills on some of your characters, specifically Han. Fair. Reaper, good luck. If I were to... For players who use Joey for this, I wonder if Paralyzing Dart would be a good option. Because, like, there's a few key major fights where stunning is very useful. Golem, Time Eater, Reaper, PFK. It seems like a kind of challenging fight to speedrun because you're thinking about the mark the whole time. Yeah. Pretty good. Been more useful to hold on to the Bloodied Revenge there. Select what? Ooh. Do you have an Oblivion potion? Yeah, you were supposed to use it later. Because the second action counter is always the death mark. Ouch. Yeah, you still got it, but yeah, that was... It's easy to forget, right? So was that 5 mana Reaper? I almost wonder if it'd be faster, depending on the circumstances, to skip the campfire entirely. I think Dread might have been pretty funny. And... don't forget to split. Yeah. If you have teleport, yeah. I was thinking, like, with this game, it'd be optimal to get the teleport scroll and, like, skip this encounter entirely just to save time. Because this is a pretty hard and lengthy encounter. I wonder what the chances are. Yeah, the fuck the hedgehog. I will say, Hayden's probably the best for just, like, clearing enemies up. I almost wonder if it'd be worth it to, like, maybe run, like, some weird, like, double attacker comp and then, like, fish for a healer early on. So, like, maybe Silverstein, Hayden, then try for Joey or Pressel, maybe Huz, and, like, for a fourth character you could get defense. Because, like... Well, then again, I don't know how well that would actually work, because, like, good luck playing this game without a healer. Until Bloody Park. Bloody Park 2. But yeah, teleport scrolls would save a lot of time. Probably the most RNG part of the run, but I'd like to think that if you go out of your way to explore everything, you should get the teleport scroll. Guard Steed is very good. The top right one is very good for defensive characters. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would definitely help Joey. Alright. Good luck. Interesting, he has 792 HP on normal. Normal's pretty fun. I haven't done it in a long time, but I remember. It's a pretty good introduction, I think. It gets you thinking about a lot of things. It's probably the better one to speedrun too, since it's easier. Ooh, the engine reload would have been a good opener. Bloody Revenge is really good here. I think the dream comp would be something like Hayen or Silverstein, Joey or Pressel, a great strong defense character like Lian or Lian Chain, maybe even Narhan, and then like a second attacker like, I don't know, Hayen Silverstein. I'd love to try at some point, trying out twins could be pretty fun too. They'd probably have a really strong end game. I could also imagine that Pharaoh's Leader would be really hard for speedruns. Well, depending on deck composition. Or at least kind of awkward, I don't know. Just kind of thinking ahead. Interesting boss rotation this run. Living Armor, Witch, Parade Tank, Harness, Reaper. I was wondering for a second there why End of the Line had Swiftness. I wonder if the activation is still 450 HP for the Pillars phase on normal, or if it's different. Yeah, it's still 450, okay. I think you could, yeah. Just end your turn, I think. Grid on Chain. Very nice. Yeah, easy first turn Pillars phase. Very nice. Very clean. And now it's just the final damage rush that you got to deal with. Yeah. No big deal. You got this. The bleeding on her, or him. Chain heal. Double crit, oh man. Is it rough? Yeah. Interesting. Got it, got it. Yeah, healing vapor, so good. Here's a crit, and get ready for time. Yeah. He's on Trisha. Trisha might die. Oh wow, he has a lot of healing. And then... time. I saw that was 36:59, 58, I think. Yeah. I don't know why you had the little end part of the timer there. Like, I think the run's over after TFK, I think. Well, yeah, but since that's a... yeah. Yeah. It was like that for a long time. I think usually in speedruns, the run instantly ends once the last major fight has occurred. So I'd probably consider like the end of the run at like as you defeat TFK. In fact, let me check the other guy's run, see what he did.